Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Brendan and welcome back to the channel. If you guys are new here, it is great to have you. And today I want to map out how Bitcoin can get to $30,000 and make it as simple as possible. So even if you aren't a chart guru, I promise you're going to be able to understand this video. And maybe you're new to Bitcoin and you don't understand all the technicals behind this. I promise I'm going to make this as simple as possible so that everyone can understand. So if any of that sounds interesting, make sure you guys stick around for the entire length of the video, as there will be important information discussed the entire way through. But that being said, let's go ahead and dive on into this guy. So first things first on Bitcoin, guys, I really do want to make this a very simple breakdown. So we're going to be sitting on the 1-day time scale for the entire length of this video, and I want to talk about where Bitcoin is at right now and the last bits of resistance that Bitcoin has to go through in order to continue moving to the upside in the parabolic way that it has been going so far. So with Bitcoin being just around this $18,000 mark, and I want to highlight this tip over here, with Bitcoin hovering around $18,000 for a couple of days now, this is one of the last final points of resistance that Bitcoin has. Because if you guys remember from the previous videos, Bitcoin's final resistance, before all-time highs was $17,000. Now, the only resistance that Bitcoin has above where we're at right now is the all-time high of $20,000. So really all we have to do here is break above $20,000, and then the more we zoom out, the more we can see that there is absolutely nothing above here that could stop Bitcoin from getting to that $30,000 price target that we have to the upside over here. Now again, I am oversimplifying this just a little bit. It's not quite that easy because we do have things like psychological resistance and, of course, most importantly, our all-time high resistance of $20,000. Now, a lot of people are kind of having the idea that we could very easily just bust right through these all-time highs, no problem, with ease, like it was nothing. And I think that it could be a little bit harder than that, but I'm going to save that for tomorrow's video when I talk about the bearish things that I am actually seeing on Bitcoin. But for the most part, one of the most important bullish cases for Bitcoin is that the trend is your friend, and Bitcoin has been on a macro uptrend since its inception. And, with the exception of 2020, it really has seen continual higher highs for a long time now. And I think that the most important part in this process is that Bitcoin has seen continual higher swing lows on a very macro year-by-year time scale. So I would even argue that this is more important than the constant higher swing highs, because as you are consistently forming macro higher swing lows, that is showing that there is obviously buying pressure in here. And from the macro swing low of $3,000 back in 2019, we saw a significantly larger amount of buying pressure in 2020 when Bitcoin came down to $4,000. We see that the recovery process over here, and I am just going to move this around a little bit so that my head is not blocking things on screen, we can see that Bitcoin kind of consolidated at 3K in the beginning of 2019 and the end of 2018. It took some time for the buyers to kind of come back in here before it shot up, consolidated, shot up, consolidated, shot up, consolidated, and ultimately fell back down. When Bitcoin most recently came back down into this area, Bitcoin came down and immediately started seeing buying pressure as it was recovering significantly faster than it did almost, only a year ago, about a year and a half ago. So this is, again, one of the big macro signs that Bitcoin is doing substantially well for where it's at right now, and that it has done well for a long time now. Now, with Bitcoin being in this area, and again, I was about to mention something bearish, but again, I'm going to save that for tomorrow's video, so stick around if you guys are interested in hearing my thoughts on that area. The trend is your friend on Bitcoin, and I say this probably every video, but it's so true. Bitcoin is on an absolute tear as of lately, and really, I think to make this argument the most simple that I can for $30,000, the real resistance that Bitcoin has left here is this $20,000 all-time high. This is going to be one of the hardest resistance, in my opinion, that Bitcoin will have to break, but we have seen in the past that even the strongest of resistance, the ones of like $5,000 to $6,000 from back in 2018, this was supposed to be one of the hardest resistances that Bitcoin will ever have tested, and of course on the way to the upside it ripped right through it, no problem over in here. And I do want to make this just a little bit bigger, but even the largest resistances can break with the most subtle of moves. So it's not impossible that we just rip right through here. I think that it is likely that we see some sort of resistance, even if that's just what we're seeing right now. Maybe we just drop 1,000, maybe we drop a couple of $1,000, maybe we come back and touch this 50 EMA, which is this golden line or this yellow line on this 1-day time scale that we have, and use it as support as we have done in the past. Volume is increasing, and Bitcoin's transactions are going haywire in a very positive way. We are still sitting about several times under what Bitcoin's max capability is about, max memory is at. We can handle about 3.3 times from where we're at right now. From a memory standpoint on Bitcoin. So we can see that while the technology has improved over the past couple of years, this is all starting to make sense. And I think my mind was a little bit all over the place there, but again, we'll save that as a topic for another video. In short here, the technology on Bitcoin is still standing strong. The fundamentals behind Bitcoin have increased dramatically since we saw this run back in 2017, and in essence, we are starting to see the reflection of that happen in the price evaluation of Bitcoin. So hopefully you guys did enjoy the video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed me explaining all of the bullish aspects that I see in Bitcoin here, all the positive notes that we can really talk about. I'm going to make a couple more videos like this. I want to talk about the bearish case for Bitcoin. I want to talk about some more bullish cases for Bitcoin. So if you guys did enjoy this video, make sure you guys stick around. I got a lot more cool content like this one coming out here, and I'd love to know your guys' thoughts. Are you guys bullish on Bitcoin or are you bearish? And I'd like to know why in the comment section down below. So go down there, let me know what you guys are thinking, and I look to see you guys back on the channel very, very soon, and I will talk to you guys later.